Good afternoon, crew. So, like I said between the last episode and this episode, that I was going to clean up the storage sheds. So, as you can see, I moved everything out of this shed, and I was able to get everything packed in to one shed. So, go over here, we'll open that up real quick, and we'll take a look. Everything is neatly organized. We have seeds over here. We have fertilizer on this other side. Everything is stacked up really nice. So, just wanted to show you guys that I did do that. But, we have a lot to do in this episode. And the first thing we got to do is we got to go meet with Marissa. She's back down at the restaurant again. And today is the day that I sign the farm away. I guess you could say. I'm putting everything on the line. I'm signing on the dotted line. And I'm going to get that money for the loan. And we're going to really start this phase 1. And if I'm being honest, I am kind of second guessing if I want to do it or not. It's going to put me in a lot of debt. And I don't know if I can do it or not. But you know what? What's life without chances? And this is an opportunity that I just can't pass up. So I'm probably, you know what? No, I'm not probably. I'm going to do it. And if I pay for it later on down the road, I pay for it down the road. But for now, we're going to go in it with a positive outlook. And we're going to try to get it done. So I'll meet you guys up at the restaurant. Alright guys, so we're getting up to the restaurant now. And getting ready to start this process. And get that loan. And hopefully, like I said, we're going to try to look at it as a positive mindset. It's going to be the best thing that has ever happened to us. That's what I'm going to keep telling myself. Alright, well, let's go ahead and get inside and see what's going on. Hi, Brenda.
Hi.
Well, it looks like she's already here. Well, look at that. You beat me here for once.
Figured. Flip the script today. Besides, you left me hanging last time when you had to run off mid-meeting, remember?
Guilty. I appreciate you making the trip down, though.
I love a good field visit, especially when it ends with pie. But you're not here for the dessert, so let's get to it.
Alright, Marissa. I've looked over everything. And I think I'm in. We're gonna do it. Just not all at once. We're gonna phase it out and keep it manageable.
That's a smart call, HK. I figured you'd say that. I even marked a few logical phase breaks in the plans, starting with the house, main equipment shed, cow barn, and the manure heap.
Exactly. Already cleared out of the property. Moved into a small rental place up the road for a few months. You've got the green light to start construction whenever the crews are ready to start.
Perfect. I'll notify the contractors this afternoon and have staging start at the end of the week. Now, let's talk money.
Yeah, I guess we should. Let's do it.
We've got your approval for a $500,000 0 cents loan. That's the cap for now, given your assets and standing. The interest is 4% annually, which breaks down to $1,666, 0 cents per month in interest-only payments. You'll need to cover that no matter what.
Got it. So even if I don't chip into the principal, I still got to pay that $1,666 every month just to stay in the clear.
Exactly. Now, the way the system works, you can only repay the loan in $5,000. 0 cents increments toward principal. So most folks pay $6,666, 0 cents a month, $5,000, 0 cents toward the loan, and the $1,666, 0 cents interest.
That'll stretch me a bit, but if I line up enough contracts, I should be able to keep pace. How long does that schedule go?
At $5,000 a month, you'll be looking at just under 8.5 years to finish paying it off. Total payback comes out to $666,600. 0 cents over time, including all interest.
Alright, it's a haul, but I'm betting on this place. That said, if it does take that long to pay off, am I stuck waiting 8 years before moving on to phase 2? Or is there a way that we can get things rolling sooner?
If you stick to the monthly plan, yeah, you need to finish this loan before taking on another. But if you pay down the principal faster, say through big contracts or harvest sales, we can revisit the numbers sooner. No penalty for early payoff.
So if I grind hard and get this thing paid down quickly, I've got options?
Absolutely. Get ahead of schedule and we can unlock phase 2. Maybe even negotiate better terms on the next round, depending on where you stand.
Good to know. First we build, then we build bigger.
Then welcome to phase 1, HK. Let's build something solid.
So now that that's signed and everything, did you need anything else from me, Marissa?
Nope, we are all set. HK.
Alright, well, then I'll let you get back to it. Have a good one. Was that a mistake? Did I really just sign that contract? Yeah, I did. Alright, well, we're in it now. Phase 1, 100% is a go. We got the $500,000 loan, as you can see by the money that's up on the right hand corner. But that first section for phase 1 is like 800,000. So I guess I better start doing some contract work or something. So I still got to come up with $200,000 to even be able to do phase 1. And that doesn't even count the payments that I got to make plus the interest. So I think I'm going to run in here and see if I can't get any contracts. And hopefully they're big contracts. So, wish me luck. Alright, so I was able to get 3 contracts. A mowing contract and 2 baling contracts. So we're going to use our mower for the mowing contract. And then for the baling contracts, I am borrowing their equipment. One's a square bell and one's a round bell. So, it's not a whole lot, but it should take me just over 700,000. Alright, so we're getting up to the farm now, and we're going to park the truck up in the garage, and we're going to get right into the tractor and hook up the mowers and get over to field 11 and get that field mowed. Now, we've worked on field 11 before, so we're gonna get that completed and get it going. So in order to get the mowing, I am gonna need to drop off that front weight. So I'm gonna get the front weight dropped off, get connected to the mowers, and I will start heading up to field 11. I will catch you guys up there at the field. Alright, so we're here at the field. We're going to set up GPS. And we're going to get right into the field work itself. And I think what we'll do is we'll set up the drone and turn on the radio and listen to some tunes and go from there. But first, let's go ahead and get lined up and get this stuff lowered where it needs to be. So that looks good there. And then let's see, back up to where I'll catch most of, or at least half of, the line that I'll be coming back on. So yeah, about right there looks good. Alright, so we're gonna get the drone up and get the radio on, and I'll catch back up to you when the field's done.
Well, hey there, movers and shakers. Cass here with your mid-afternoon haywire weather check. It's been a scorcher out there today with those clear skies. But if you've got deer sitting out, might want to keep one eye on the western sky. We're tracking a pop-up storm cell expected to roll in around 5 p.m. and it's bringing just enough punch to dampen a hay windrow or two. Temps are holding in the high 80s right now, but that pressure drop's already sniffing around. So take a breather, grab some water, and crank this next one while the sun's still high. It's a fresh cut off Broken Dahlia's Petals in the Feedback. This one's called Needles and Thread. Stitch yourself into the static and let it ride.
I pulled the seams on my Sunday skin just to feel the air rush in. The silence hums like a dial tone ghost, and the mirror don't blink but it knows. Threads unravel down the spine, every stitch a borrowed time. You said I'd mend if I stood still, but all I learned was how to feel. So tie me up in needles and thread, patchwork prayers in a hollow bed. I bled in color, but I sleep in gray, and I dream in the things I couldn't say. My hands remember where yours let go. The cold crept in through the open fold. I wear my doubt like a second skin, frayed at the edges you used to mend. Tie me up in needles and thread, patchwork prayers in a hollow bed. I bled in color, but I sleep in gray, and I dream in the things I couldn't say. You stitched your name in the lining, then tore it out when the light stopped shining. I trace the scars like maps to them, but get lost every time I try again. So tie me up in needles and thread, these crooked lines still echo red. I bled in color, I still see your face, but I live in the space you wouldn't stay. Needles and thread, needles and thread, just trying to hold what's already dead.
Alright, so we got done with this field. It's almost 3 o'clock, and I've been keeping an eye on that storm, and it looks like it's moving in even sooner. So now it's looking about 4:30ish. So I need to hurry up and get over to this other field and get this belling done. I've got 2 different bells that I need to do. So we're going to head over to, I think it's field 19. No, maybe it's 6. I don't know. Whichever field is closer, I'll look at it here in a second. But we're going to get to that field. We're going to get right on to the baling. And we don't really have time to take the mowers back, because it's literally right up here to the right of us. So I'm just going to drop the mowers off at that location, go ahead and bale the field, and then the other one is closer to the store, so closer to Ridgeline. So before we head over that way, since we're on this side of the map, I'll drop the mowers off at my place potentially and go from there. But it's this field right here to the right of us. It looks like we're going to be baling some straw. So let's get over here and get hooked up to it. And this one should be the square baler. Yeah, that's what's in front of us, is the square baler. This tractor and this mower set's going to need a really good cleaning when we're done, because it is definitely getting a workout today. So let's go ahead and drop the mowers here and get connected to the baler. And we're going to do the same thing that we did on the last one. We'll get the drone hooked up and we'll throw some tunes on, and we'll get going on this field. I'm hoping that I can get the baling done for both fields before it starts raining. Otherwise, we're going to have to wait a couple of days before we can come out and even finish the baling, because we got to let it dry. And so it'll be interesting, but we're going to try and get it done. So let's go ahead and get this lowered and on and get started. Everything seems to be working all right. Don't hear anything fumbling or anything like that. So we're going to go ahead and get that radio on and get the drone up and catch back up to you here in a little bit.
Alright, it's 2:56 in the afternoon, and I've got a quick update from the HK Valley channel. We're back up to 183 subscribers. Big thanks to everyone who's jumped on board the harvesting crew. If you're still on the fence, now's the time to hit that subscribe button and join the crew. Trust me, you won't want to miss what's coming next. Speaking of coming next, let's keep this drive moving with a fresh cut from Chrome Valley. Crank up Exit Ramp Riot, and let's tear down these fields.
Midnight headlights burning down the blacktop. 20 miles out of town, can't make the wheels stop. White lines humming like a worn-out hymn, and the engine's begging me to sin again. I see smoke rising off that overpass. Freedom's waiting in the shattered glass. Exit ramp riot, I'm done being quiet. Got fuel in my veins and the throttle to try it. Tires screaming, hearts defying the law, breaking every rule I ever saw.
Alright, so it's 10 after 3. We've been in the field for about 20 minutes, and I'm only 34% done. So that rain is coming in even sooner. It's now projected to be about 4:30. So I'm actually going to put the drone down or bring the drone in, and I'm just going to finish this contract, drop off the mowers, and go ahead and finish that other contract. I will catch back up with you guys once I've gotten all the contracts completed. So I'll catch you guys here in a few. Well, I beat the rain, and you might notice my money's up a little bit. Walter came out and paid me for the 2 fields when I got done at his location, and I just got to come back over here and collect from David. So I'm going to run inside real quick and do that. Alright, so we got $19,462 for that contract. That brings our new total to $736,841. So it gets us a little bit closer to being able to do that. Now, before I head back to the farm to clean up and whatnot, I think I am going to take a detour and jump over to the old farm real quick, because I still have my fuel tank over there and they haven't started yet. We just met Marissa, what, an hour and a half ago, 2 hours ago. So I'm going to run up there and I'm going to fill up the Massey with fuel, and then head to the rental property. But yeah, $736,841. For phase 1, it was just over 8. So if we continue to try and get contracts or see contracts for like the prices that those 3 were today, we shouldn't have any problem getting to that $800,000 to start the process, and then also to maintain the payments. So that's what we're hoping for. Alright, let's go ahead and get turned in up over here. And it's still raining a little bit, not too bad yet, but it's supposed to get much worse. So let's go ahead and fill up. Oh, I need to come out here and do my fill as well, but now I'm going to have to wait. I need to let it dry out. See how that works. So, alright, that is full. Now we're going to head up to the farm. Well, the rental property. This is the farm, but we'll head up to the rental property and get the mower picked up and this picked up, back in the shed, get it cleaned, and go from there. But yeah, phase 1, it's happening, and hopefully you guys are enjoying the series and you're going to stick around for it. Make sure you like, subscribe, and click that notification bell. That way you're notified as new videos come out. These videos are going to be dropping on Tuesdays and Thursdays going forward. And I'm going to try to drop them about 10 o'clock in the morning, Mountain Standard Time, to get them out to you guys. Last week and the last couple weeks, it's been kind of hectic due to some outside bigger events in real life that I was dealing with. But we're now through them. That's why this week you got 3, because last week you only got 1 episode. So this week you got 1 on Monday, you got the 1 on Tuesday, and then this one is coming out on Thursday. Next week we'll be back to our regular schedule, back on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and go from there. But yeah, it's been a blast writing everything for the series, and it's only going forward from here. We just got into this contract, the contract of this farm rebuild. Cost 1.4 million to do, and I'm really looking forward to building that and getting that with you guys. And sooner than later, we are going to get that cattle barn up, and we're going to get that dairy farm rescued. And it's just crazy to think that it was in foreclosure not even 6 months ago when we took over. And yeah, now we're getting ready to do $1.4 million of a remodel on it. So crazy, times are changing. So we'll go ahead and get hooked up to this mower and get on the front mower as well, and get it into the shed and get them cleaned up. So get over here and get the door open. Get back in. Awesome. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and get this all cleaned up. And I'm going to catch you guys in the next one. That's going to do it for this episode. So again, like I said, thank you guys all for sticking with the Farm Rescue series. And I will catch you in the next one. Peace.